There is something you were never supposed to understand, something the narcissist hoped you would never figure out, because the moment you do, every cruel word, every silent treatment, every cold betrayal, every confusing twist of reality finally begins to make sense. And what you are about to hear may explain years of pain you could never put into words. Years of asking yourself why someone who claimed to love you could discard you like you were nothing. Years of wondering why they seemed to move on so easily while you were left rebuilding your soul from the ground up. But here is the truth almost no one talks about. The narcissist did not move on. They never truly do. Not when the person they betrayed was a super empath. And by the end of this, you will understand why. Before we go deeper, if any part of this is already speaking directly to something inside you, something tender, something you have carried in silence for far too long, do yourself one small act of kindness. Subscribe to this channel. Not because I am asking, but because your healing deserves a consistent voice, a place where the confusion finally ends, a place where the truth is spoken without sugarcoating, without judgment, and without leaving you more lost than when you arrived. Subscribe, and let this become part of the quiet revolution happening inside you. Now listen carefully. A super empath is not simply someone who feels deeply. That description does not even come close. A super empath is someone whose nervous system is wired to perceive emotional undercurrents most people cannot detect. They sense tension before it is spoken. They feel sadness behind a smile. They notice the smallest shift in tone, in posture, in energy. They absorb the unspoken, the hidden, the buried. And more than that, they care. They care in a way that is almost impossible to fake. They give without keeping score. They love without demanding proof. They forgive without being asked. They stay when others would leave. They believe in people long past the point of reason. And when they love someone, they love them with a depth that feels almost otherworldly to the person receiving it. This is exactly why narcissists are drawn to them like moths to a flame. Because the narcissist, beneath all the arrogance, beneath the grandiosity, beneath the performance, is starving. Starving for something they cannot generate inside themselves: emotional warmth, genuine attunement, unconditional understanding, a mirror that does not just reflect their image, but reflects a self they secretly wish they had. The super empath becomes that mirror. The super empath becomes the emotional oxygen the narcissist did not even realize they were suffocating without. But here is where the tragedy begins. The narcissist does not recognize what they have. They cannot. Their psychological structure does not allow it. To a narcissist, anyone who gives freely must be weak. Anyone who forgives must be foolish. Anyone who stays through difficulty must be desperate. They mistake your patience for dependence. They mistake your compassion for naivety. They mistake your loyalty for a lack of options. They look at the depth of your soul and see only an opportunity, a resource, a supply, something to be used, drained, and eventually discarded when a shinier source appears. And so they betray you, sometimes loudly, sometimes quietly, sometimes with another person, sometimes with lies, sometimes with cold indifference dressed up as logic. They convince themselves there will be no real consequences. After all, they have done this before. They have walked away from people before and felt nothing. They have replaced partners like changing clothes. They believe you will be no different. They believe you will beg, chase, plead, collapse, and eventually accept whatever scraps they decide to throw your way. They believe their power over you is permanent. This is the illusion. And this illusion is exactly what destroys them in the end. Because what the narcissist does not understand, what they cannot understand, is that a super empath does not break the way ordinary people break. A super empath bends, absorbs, endures, gives second chances, and gives third chances, and gives fourth chances. But there is a threshold, a quiet, invisible line inside them, and once it is crossed, something shifts that can never be undone. The super empath does not explode. They do not retaliate. They do not chase. They simply go silent in a way the narcissist has never experienced before. A silence so complete, so still, so final that it begins to echo inside the narcissist's mind louder than any argument ever could. And this is where their unraveling begins. You see, narcissists do not become dependent on people the way healthy individuals do. They become dependent on the emotional supply that person provides, the admiration, the reactions, the reassurance, the energy, the chaos they can stir up and then be soothed from. With most people, this supply is shallow and replaceable. But with a super empath, the supply runs deep, disturbingly deep. The empath sees them in a way no one else ever has. The empath understands the wounded child hidden beneath the arrogant adult. The empath senses the fear behind the bravado, the loneliness behind the charm, the emptiness behind the performance. And whether the narcissist admits it or not, being seen like that, being understood without judgment, becomes a drug stronger than anything else they have ever tasted. So when they betray you, and when you finally withdraw, they do not just lose a partner. They lose the only person who ever truly knew them. And they did not even realize how much they needed that until it was gone. At first, they will not feel it. The narcissistic defense system is built to delay pain. They will distract themselves. They will jump into a new relationship. They will post pictures. They will perform happiness. They will broadcast their new life with a desperation only you will recognize. And for a while, they will convince themselves that they made the right choice, that you were replaceable, that they are fine, that they have won. But slowly, the cracks begin to form. Because the new person does not look at them the way you did. The new person does not understand them the way you did. The new person reacts to surface charm but cannot reach the depths. The new person admires the mask but never sees the face behind it. And admiration, no matter how loud, is not the same as authentic connection. Admiration feeds the ego for a moment. Authentic connection feeds something the narcissist did not even know existed inside them. And once that is gone, no amount of new supply can replicate it. They try. God, they try. They chase. They conquer. They collect. But every replacement leaves them emptier than before. Every new partner becomes a reminder of what they no longer have. Every comparison becomes a quiet, gnawing torment they cannot escape. This is the collapse of narcissistic certainty. The moment they begin to suspect, for the first time in their lives, that they may have made a mistake they cannot undo. And here is something I want you to truly absorb, because this is where so much of your confusion finally dissolves. The narcissist's regret does not appear immediately. It does not appear when you are still hurting. It does not appear when you are still hoping. It appears later, much later, often months after you have stopped waiting, sometimes years. It appears precisely when you are finally beginning to feel free, when you are finally beginning to smile again, when you are finally beginning to remember who you were before them. That is when it hits them, not as guilt. Narcissists rarely feel guilt the way you do, but as something almost worse, a creeping, suffocating awareness that the one person who could have saved them from themselves is no longer reachable. And if you have ever wondered why some narcissists become obsessed with the person they lost, even years after the relationship ended, this is why. They are not obsessed with you because they love you in a healthy way. They are obsessed because you became the emotional reference point against which every future connection will be measured and found wanting. You became the standard they can no longer meet. You became the proof that they were capable of being loved truly, deeply, fully, and they threw it away with their own hands. There is no torment quite like that. No therapy session quickly resolves it. No new partner erases it. No achievement silences it. Because the wound was not given to them by you. The wound was given to them by themselves. And that is a wound the narcissistic ego is not equipped to heal. If you have made it this far into this discussion, take a moment. Breathe. Notice how much of this you already knew somewhere inside you, but could never quite articulate. Notice how your body is responding. Notice the quiet recognition rising in your chest. If this is reaching the part of you that has been waiting years to be understood, please take a moment to subscribe. Not for me, for the version of you that is finally waking up, because there is so much more to uncover, and you deserve to walk this path with someone who actually understands what you have been through. Now let us go even deeper, because what comes next is something most people never realize. When a narcissist betrays a super empath, they do not just lose access to love, they lose access to a kind of emotional safety they will never find again. Most people perform safety. They say the right things, they show up at the right moments, they offer the expected reassurances. But a super empath does not perform safety, they embody it. Their presence regulates the nervous system of the people around them. Their calm soothes chaos. Their understanding dissolves shame. Their patience creates an environment where even the most defended human being can begin to lower their armor. The narcissist may have mocked this quality, may have taken it for granted, may have even resented it because it forced them to feel things they would rather avoid. But the moment that emotional safety is withdrawn, the narcissist is left alone with themselves. And being alone with themselves is the very thing they have spent their entire life trying to escape. This is the hidden cost of manipulation that they did not see coming. Every lie they told, every game they played, every betrayal they justified was a small withdrawal from an account they did not realize was finite. And when the account finally closed, they were not just broke. They were bankrupt in a way that touches the deepest layers of the psyche, because the manipulation that once gave them control now becomes the very thing that proves to them they were never truly loved by the people they replaced you with. After all, those people only love the version of them you can be manipulated into loving. You loved the real one, the one underneath. And once someone has been loved like that, even briefly, every lesser form of love feels like starvation in comparison. This is why accountability becomes unavoidable for them, even if they never speak it out loud. Accountability does not always look like an apology. Sometimes it looks like sleepless nights. Sometimes it looks like staring at old messages they swore they had deleted. Sometimes it looks like seeing your name somewhere unexpected and feeling their chest tighten. Sometimes it looks like watching you heal from a distance and realizing that your healing is the one performance they cannot interrupt. Your growth becomes their mirror. Your peace becomes their indictment. Your joy becomes their quiet undoing. And here is where you must understand something profound about your own journey. Your healing is not just personal, it is psychological gravity. The more you rise, the heavier their fall becomes. Not because you are seeking revenge. Super empaths rarely do, but because your transformation reveals, by sheer contrast, everything they refuse to become. You are not punishing them. You are simply existing as the truth they tried to silence. And truth, when embodied fully, is louder than any words they ever spoke. This is why they cannot recreate what they destroyed. Not because they do not try. They try harder than you will ever know. But the conditions that allowed your love to exist were rare. The combination of your depth, your patience, your willingness to see them at their worst and still choose them was not something the universe hands out twice. They had a chance at something most people spend their entire lives searching for, and they traded it for an illusion, for a thrill, for an ego boost, for a fantasy that dissolved the moment it became real. And now they live in a world where every new connection is haunted by the ghost of what they had with you. Every kiss feels slightly hollow. Every embrace feels slightly cold. Every conversation feels slightly shallow. They may not always know why. They may blame the new partner. They may blame their circumstances. They may blame the past. But somewhere, deep beneath their conscious defenses, they know. They know exactly what they lost. And they know exactly who allowed it to slip away. Meanwhile, you are doing something they will never be able to do. You are healing. You are reclaiming your nervous system. You are learning to trust your intuition again. You are remembering what your laugh sounds like when it is not filtered through fear. You are rediscovering your own desires, your own preferences, your own voice. You are realizing that the love you gave them was never wasted because it revealed to you the magnitude of what you are capable of. And one day, that same love, refined by everything you have survived, will reach someone who knows how to hold it without breaking it. Your worth was never determined by their ability to recognize it. Their inability to love you properly was never a reflection of your value, it was a reflection of their limits. And the moment you internalize that, truly internalize it, something inside you begins to stand taller, not in arrogance, in quiet, immovable knowing. The kind of knowing that no manipulator can ever reach again. The kind of knowing that becomes the foundation of every relationship, every decision, every boundary you build from this point forward. You are not the person they discarded. You are the person they could not keep. And there is a vast, life-changing difference between those two truths. If this discussion is reaching something inside you that has been buried for too long, do not let this be the only time you encounter a voice that actually understands. Subscribe to this channel. Stay close to this conversation. Let this be one of the consistent voices guiding you through the parts of recovery no one warned you about. Because what you are walking through is not ordinary, and you should not have to walk through it alone. And as we continue, I want you to understand that what we have explored so far is only the surface of why the narcissist cannot recover from betraying someone like you. Because there are deeper layers still, layers about identity collapse, about the slow erosion of their self-image, about the way time itself becomes their enemy after losing an empath, about the strange and painful awakening that begins to happen in them long after you have stopped thinking about them, and about the parts of you that are still becoming, still expanding, still rising into the version of yourself that they will spend the rest of their lives trying and failing to forget.